Welcome back to Your High School Sports. Now we're talking to head coach of the Farragut Admirals. It's Coach Eddie Courtney. Coach, welcome to Your High School Sports.
Good talking to you, Rodney. It really is.
With things the way it is, we hadn't had a chance to catch up with you with this COVID virus and all the pandemic. How's that affected your football team? You didn't have spring practice. How's that affected you at all?
I'm proud of these guys because ever since the starting of this in the summer, our guys have done everything possible. I mean, they brought their water every day, brought their pads every day. They've done all the things we did with the testing, spraying, cleaning the weight room, and all that. We did not actually get to go in our field house until the day before our first game. So there were a lot of things that just was not usual the way football is usually operated. And they've done all the things during practice to take care of each other, and so they want to play. And so they realize in order for us to play, we have to do those things. And we've just been thankful to take it day by day and week by week to keep playing.
You said to me earlier that you guys are getting better week 2 to 3, and you had a big win last week against Oak Ridge. What about this week?
Well, I think we've had a good week's practice on Monday and Tuesday going into Wednesday there. And, I think we got the taste back in our mouth what it needs. We played at Farragut, and I think the kids did a good job responding. We played a very good West football team, and they made us grow up a little bit. They really did. So we got a little tougher, and then going against Oak Ridge is always a big rival game with our two programs, and so our kids came out and responded real well in that game, and we were fortunate to win that ball game.
What about this week's game?
Well, Morristown West, they're 2-0, and I'm sure they got a lot of confidence. They got a quarterback, very elusive, leads their football team, and they're playing very smart. Two films we've seen, they don't beat themselves, and so anytime you do that, you have a chance to win on Friday night. So we had a good week preparing for them. It's a region game, our first region game, so it's important to us to win that ball game to stay in contention for the region championship.
Well, I know Morristown West is always a tough opponent for you guys, and it sounds like they're getting back to old Morristown West football.
They are. They run the football real well. They play sound defense, and I think the quarterbacks give them a chance. Does a good job of spreading out and bootlegging and getting some third down connections that can hurt you if you don't get them off the field.
Let's talk Farragut now. Tell us about your team, Coach.
Well, it all starts, our biggest concern going into the season, our offensive line, because we're trying to break in 4 starters. And as I talked to you earlier, Rodney, about that, was that really concerned when you don't have any scrimmages like anybody else, you don't have the spring practice like anybody else. That was a real concern because those guys have got to, they've got to work together side by side and get to know each other and get better. And they've done that now in our 3-ball game. We got to just keep stressing it. Dawson Moore, our quarterback, has done a real good job this summer and all season working on his accuracy throwing, and it proved so the other night against Oak Ridge. And we've got a lot of receivers, young receivers, and we got some guys who, Matt White, a guy that last year stayed hurt. Unfortunately for him, he had 3 injuries last year, and we've always been expecting something from him. So he's come on now. We've got him several places on offense. And then I feel like right now the strength seems to be our defensive front and linebackers, and secondary's growing up. We're playing a lot of kids back there, and so
I know you guys.
It's a good thing to see these guys. Yep.
I know that Farragut football is always led by the defense, and it sounds like you got a pretty sound one right now. The thing about it is, this season is truly different than any other season you've ever come across, Coach. What are you doing to keep yourself straight?
Well, I have to. I take care, make sure I'm wearing a mask at all times, and make sure I'm doing all the things they ask us to do. And to make sure that the kids see me doing it, then I expect them to do it, and then they follow suit. So it's just a matter of being smart right now, and hopefully we get through this thing in a few months.
All right, Coach. I appreciate you taking the moment of your day to talk to us here on Your High School Sports, and good luck Friday night against Morristown West.
Thank you, Rodney. Always good talking to you, buddy.
Thank you, Coach. We've been talking to head coach of the Farragut Admirals, Coach Eddie Courtney. We'll be back with another interview right here on Your High School Sports, so stay tuned.